Hello everyone, Barb here from barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today's video is 6x8 album Stashbuster number 2. So this is going to be a 2-page layout in a little album that I'm putting together, and I'm trying to use up some things, but in the process of using up some things, I am also trying to take advantage of the Make It From Your Heart Volume 5 layouts that they have going here. They have the patterns, all of the cutting guides, and everything is here. I'm focusing on this layout today. This is pattern 2, and this is the sketch, and you can see here it tells you exactly how to cut your paper if you're making this on a 12x12. I am adjusting it to fit on a 6x8 layout. So let me show you what I've got going on. In my little albums, I like to vary the types of layouts that I've got going on. Ooh, I got some stamp in here. So this is the first layout that I did. This is my title layout. And on this back side then, I'm going to do another 6x8 full layout. And then this is a pocket page. Yes, let's call it a pocket page. 6x4, 4x6, 6x4, you know what I mean. So I'm going to make a pocket card-esque type thing to fit in here, but then I will leave this one open so that I can slip a photo in there. What I did was, I have my little bowl with the handy dandy things that I brought in here. I have an old retired stitched hearts, thin cuts. I have cats and bats dots that came, I don't know, in a kit somewhere along the line. And then some itty bitty sparkles, which I love. Those add just the funnest little glitz. I also pulled in the pumpkin spice scrapbooking Stampin' Thin Cut set. And I grabbed my Autumn Blessings Stampin' Thin Cut set with the little pumpkins. I just love this. I also used the Autumn Blessings. I stamped that on that pocket card. I used the stitched brackets. This thin cut set is still available, and I just love it. It's one of my favorites. I'm so glad that it made the move to the new catalog. I have this piece of pattern paper. I'm using it on here as my background, and I thought that I should repeat it over here. I think that makes sense. This was a piece of paper that was, let me see here, was part of a mix-in set. So I'm using this side here with the little arrows. So as I've got this 4x6 piece of pattern paper, I am going to attach some of this pumpkin spice paper. Now this pumpkin spice is not old. This is brand new and it's in the catalog. I think it's beautiful. I always seem to love our fall paper packs. What I'm going to do is I am just taking a couple of little strips, probably 1/2 inch by 4 for this one. Then I have this little solid guy, and he's, I just refilled this, and it is super runny, super runny glue. Better runny than not at all. And I am just adding these. It will dry clear. I'm not too worried about that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Then I do have a piece of, this is Harbor, which is a brand new color for us, and that's what this background color is. Oh, so pretty. And then I have a piece of, I don't know if this is cinnamon, paprika. I think it's paprika. Okay, so I've got these little layers here. And then I did cut out the larger of the 2 stitched brackets in Harbor. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball the middle. I don't want it over too far because I don't want to cover this stuff up. And then, oh, got a nice little piece of hair there. Isn't that just precious? And I'm gonna glue this right down on top of this one. Isn't that pretty how that layers up? So pretty. Then I have these little guys. I cut a couple of the, I've got, I think, this little leaf shape here, and I just cut it out of our copper ore paper. So I'm gonna just pop that on the bottom there to be a sort of an anchor at the bottom of my cluster. And then I've got these two pumpkins, and I stamped them on pattern paper. You can see that's pattern paper. And then I colored in the stem using the earth brown shades. I used the darkest of the colors of the tri-blends. And then I went around and did a little pre-shading. So I went with the gray brown, yes, brown gray blend, and I colored. I think I used the medium, maybe the lightest, I don't remember. But I went through and I used that first and did a little bit of shading. And then I came in and just colored over the whole deal with the mid-tone of the orange blend. And I think it turned out really pretty. I love how they look. They've got some dimension. That pattern paper just gives it some life. And I am going to take some of our foam adhesive squares that are left over from the middle of those shaker card thin cuts. And I'm going to add a little dimension here. And then same here, but I'll keep the dimension off to this other side. So you can see I've got it over to the side, not in the middle. That way I can lay this over the top and it doesn't get all wonky. And I think a little piece of this glitz, this is another one of the little gourd shapes. And I'm going to pop that on the top there, and then I just think these leaves are so cute, so I think I'm going to stick those on the top of there. So now I have my little cluster made. You can see it's hanging off a little bit. Flip it over, give it a little trimmeroo. There we go. And that's a little 4x6 pocket card. And I can slip that in, hopefully with the greatest of ease. This gives you a place to do some journaling, to write about what your photo is all about. And in it goes. Just like that. Then with the next layout, I will create, I might put a photo down here and a photo here. It depends on what I've got going on for photos, but I will cover this up either with a photo or another pocket card that I create. So there's side B. Let's move on to side A. it's the same general idea. That's not so bad. I'm happy with that. I think that will work. All right. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Have a blessed, crafty day, and I'll see you next time.